Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. I love a good showdown. So, I started this the other day. I had some of the Smoke Wagon Rye Select Rye, and then I thought, you know what? I'm a native Nevadan. Let me go ahead and get into some of this Frey Ranch. I actually was able to be lucky enough to get one of these bottles of Smoke Wagon Rye, which actually came from the local store, the bottle shop, aka My Affair. I wasn't able to get it when they released. Put it out there in a local group. Hey, I'm looking for one of these. Awesome dude from that group. He's helped me out before. Said, look, I've got an extra here. I got a backup. You know, we worked out a fair trade on it. I mean, I didn't get him, he didn't get me, which I absolutely appreciate. It's always nice when you have people that are just trying to share and broaden some of that experience in the whiskey world, bourbon world, you know, rye, which I truly appreciate. So I said, okay, I've got a couple really good Smoke Wagon Ryes. I've got a couple really nice Frey Ranch. Let's see who the king of Nevada is here. Derek, one of the members of this channel, pointed out the other day, he says, Sean, Frey Ranch is actually, you know, the grain to bottle distiller. They do everything. They've been growing grain for 100 plus years. Absolutely agree. That's a 100% Nevada product. But Smoke Wagon, much like Vegas, when it got started, you know, Vegas was backed by the East and the mob. And so it wasn't true Nevadans that really kind of started and sparked Vegas. But Smoke Wagon gets a lot of theirs from another distillate. So they bring their stuff there, they work on it there. Very much how the casinos and stuff got started. So there's a different approach, but I consider it still a Nevada bourbon. So I said, okay, these are the two big powerhouses for Nevada bourbon. Let's put them head to head and see what we got. And I'll tell you what, I really like Frey Ranch and I really like Smoke Wagon. So this will be a tough one for me. The champion will get this nice belt over here with the cool Nevada belt buckle on it, because if you're from the state of Nevada, you must have a nice belt with a good Nevada belt buckle. Also, 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all so very much. If you saw yesterday's video, there's that key word in that video. You have to watch it, put that phrase in the comments. Make sure you're a subscriber, over 21, continental US. Find a way to get these bottles to you. Plus, there's another surprise coming for that as well. So it won't be this Friday, but the following Friday of Labor Day weekend. Pull a random winner off of the comments in there so people have some time if they're traveling or working to go back, hopefully reference that video, and that way it's just not, oh, here it is, and 2 days later you pull a winner when someone may be traveling or something. So I want to be fair there. So all that said, let's get into this Smoke Wagon. Now this right here was a straight rye whiskey private select barrel. Like I said, from the bottle shop, it's a 6-year. I just did a 6-year straight rye from Frey Ranch. This is coming in at 113.2 proof. So it's got some good proof to it. 6 years, should be good juice. It's been sitting out for a minute. I wanted to make sure it aerated a little bit. Didn't realize I had my ASW glass here. Right off the bat, I get a faint chocolate herbal smell. So really interesting there. Kind of a fresh, light fresh mint smell. Not a heavy peppermint or heavy spearmint, but a light fresh mint smell on the nose. Not getting a whole lot of ethanol burn in the nose. Nice sheets of oil coming down on it, very thick sheets of oil coming down on it. I like that. That's always a good sign that I'm probably gonna have a real nice mouthfeel with it. Not getting a super bready or grainy type of nose, at least off the front on this. Let's go ahead and give it a taste, see what we got. So I'm getting a lot of the rye spice, baking spice, even on the tip of my tongue. I'm getting some pepper going on there. So it's getting some good, wow, I must have tickled my nose a little bit there, sorry about that. But it's giving me a nice little bit of rye spice. It's not burning up my mouth or my chest at 113.2 proof, which is really, really nice. But I like higher proof stuff. Just ask the guys from Whiskey Wisdom, they'll tell you I like some higher proof stuff. The second drink was a little bit different. I still get some of the rye spice, but it was a little bit smoother on the tongue, good mouthfeel on it. I'd say I'm getting about a medium finish on this. So not a super heavy finish, but I am getting a little bit of a refreshing mint on the back, which is nice. I do like the mint when you get with some rye. It's kind of a refreshing quality, which I really, really like. Getting some of the herbal notes on there now. Had a little bit of almost like an apricot on there, which was pretty neat too. So I'm just got a light sweetness, a little bit of a light apricot on that. I'm not, on the nose, I got a very light chocolate. I'm getting like just the tiniest of essence of kind of like a milk chocolate on it. Not very heavy though. You really have to kind of search for it seems like so far. But I'm still getting the good baking spice, rye spice, a little bit of pepper on the tongue. Nice little warmth through the chest there. Yeah, I'm kind of getting like this spiced apricot thing going on. So that's kind of neat. And it's not like a super young tart apricot. It's kind of like a more mature apricot, but not overpoweringly sweet. So I'm getting a very ripe apricot with some baking spices in it, which I like a whole lot. I'm not getting a whole lot of like medicinal herbal stuff because I don't like the medicinal herbal, but I'm getting just some notes of the different spice that's there, which I really, really like. Coming back on the nose, I'm starting to pick up some of that light citrusy smell a little bit that I was kind of getting on the palate now with the apricot, so I'm kind of getting that on the nose now. I think this is a very good pour, but what I'm very interested in is I always try to spread things out that I know I'm going to do in a blind later, at least a few days away, because now I'm kind of wondering how's this going to do versus the Select Rye, which is the white wax on it. Because this has some really, really neat notes, but if I remember right, I really, really like the white wax one of the Select Rye, which was really good, which is something they just put out this year as well. So I'm very interested how it's going to end up with it. I'm trying to figure out what herb note I'm getting in there. Chewing on a little bit there, right there. So maybe just the faintest, like I said, I got the super faintest touch of chocolate on here. Maybe a touch of a star of anise. Got some baking spice, got some rye spice, got a little bit of pepper. It's not as strong now as I've been drinking it. It was on the initial sip. Still about a good medium finish. Still getting the nice Kentucky hug in the chest, but it's not burning me up. It's got very good mouthfeel to it. Got nice sweetness. It kind of reminds me more of a summer fruit, like a ripe apricot, with a little bit of that bacon spice in there. So I'm really enjoying this. So that's a good part that I'm liking on that. You know, on the initial sweetness though, I can't really peg exactly what it is. It's almost like a cross between a light caramel and a honey. It's just very light sweetness, but it's good. It's very good. And then you get the herbs that come up kind of through the back, a little bit of the mint coming up on the back, which is refreshing. Getting a little tiny bite of the oak now. So that's where I'm getting a little bit of the dryness from. So got rye spice, got a little bit of star of anise, got some black pepper on here, got some apricot on here. A little bit of a light caramel / honey type of thing going on, a little bit of herbal notes going on, a lot of different things going on. They're not super pronounced in any way, I would say that, which was, you know, the only thing I could say that's, you know, maybe it's bad is it's got good balance, it's got good transition, but there's nothing that just grabs you right off the bat and says, I own you. You know, sometimes you grab a bourbon and you taste it and you go, wow, this thing owns me. And that's when I'm not getting that from this. So I'm really interested to compare it with some of the other ones. I think it's an excellent bottle. Don't get me wrong right there. But this is a $120 bottle. And if you're going to spend $120 on a bottle, you want to take those first few drinks, sit back, and it's going, I own you now. So, you know, it's not quite happening there, but we'll see. But all that talking, and I did finish it, so, you know, it is pretty good. All seriousness, thank you again so much for everything. I have an amazing group of people support, whether it's other content creators, the members of this channel, my family or friends. You guys have been with me through this part of the journey, which I truly, truly appreciate. You guys have got me to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and now it's okay. I'm here. I better be growing, and I better be learning more, and I better be better. And that's the thing, is I need to be better. So please, I don't mind critiques. Put stuff in the comments, what you want to see, what I can do better, and what I'm doing well. If you like something, like it. I mean, that's the only way that I'll know that I'm doing a good job, is if you're just a simple like, tells me that you're liking it. Remember, if you want a chance at some of these over here, be a subscriber. I hope you and your families have an amazing, blessed day. God bless.